What's the wildest thing your child has done? Did you have a good laugh or learn an important lesson from that experience? Do you want to share your story? Maybe you can't stop thinking of a huge accomplishment that you had from being a mom. I want to hear about that too. Welcome to my podcast. The Wealth of Wellness presents This Incredible Mom Life. Hi, I'm Ami, a mom of 3 boys who have given me countless laughs, proud mama moments, and endless challenges. Join me every week as we hear the craziest and most unbelievable mom stories. I'll be sharing the huge accomplishments and triumphs of both our moms and their kids. We'll giggle, cheer on the kids, and discuss obstacles and lessons learned along the way. I want to hear if your 3-year-old says a stampede of boogies just came out of his nose, or if your 10-year-old created an infomercial to save his dad's receding hairline, or even if your 13-year-old's robotics project turned into a disaster. I also want to know if your 15-year-old finally came out of his shell in high school and joined a bunch of clubs, and even the fencing team. Let's share, laugh, learn, and grow together, one crazy mom story at a time. Are you a member of your child's school's parent-teacher association, the PTA? I love being able to help out at the school, but being a PTA parent also has some challenges. When I started volunteering in the PTA at our elementary school in 2018, I was busy planning and volunteering for events, but I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating right, I was exercising too much, and not sleeping enough. I was always stressed out about every little thing. All of these things made me feel fatigued all the time. I was also taking lots of pain medications for migraines and cramps. In 2019, I went from being a stay-at-home mom to working part-time. I was still doing all the things at the school too. I was always exhausted and stressed out. I was running on empty, never taking time to fill my tank. There is one day I remember how exhausting it really was. My family had moved from one town to a neighboring town and a new school district in the middle of the school year. I knew parents from the preschool and the old elementary school, but I didn't know anyone at the new school. So the following September, I joined the PTA, thinking I could make friends. Well, the kindergarten class where my youngest was had no volunteers for class parents, so I was recruited. Because I think of myself as a super mom, I figured since I did one class, I might as well become a class parent for all 3 kids. I loved being a class parent and helping out at the school, but there were also some crazy days too. If you are a class parent, you probably are in charge of planning the holiday parties at school. We had 3 parties to plan for: Halloween, the holiday party, and the end-of-year party. Usually, the holiday and end-of-year parties didn't all fall on the same day, but made for one busy week. Well, all the Halloween parties were always on Halloween. There were 2 years where I had all 3 kids in elementary school. Along with other parents who were also volunteering in multiple grades, we simultaneously planned a lot of parties at once. That meant some of the crafts and games were recycled and reused between grades. Sorry, kids. On Halloween that year, I had to get all 3 boys in their costumes before school and followed the bus so I could get there to help set up for the first class party. Luckily, my husband was off that day. I told him to bring me lunch in between parties. After 2 parties, I met my husband in the parking lot and scarfed down a quick takeout lunch. I ran straight back into the school for the 3rd party and the Halloween parade. I was at school the whole day. I was also taking my pain medications to help me get through the day. I had all 3 boys in elementary school for 2 years. It was a crazy time, but I had so much fun and would do it again in a heartbeat. I just wish I had taken better care of myself back then so I could have enjoyed everything much more. I love being a class parent for a number of reasons. Number 1, I get to volunteer and give back to my community. Number 2, I got to know the principals, teachers, and staff at the schools. If there was ever an issue, I had inside contacts. I also had a sneak peek at the upcoming school events. Number 3, I wanted my kids to see me helping out at the school functions. I ran the cash registers at the book fairs and holiday boutiques. It felt like I was a kid again, playing store. I have planned events and fundraisers, sold school spiritware, and been on 5th grade planning committees. Finally, as a class parent, I was also invited to attend the class trips and field day events in the elementary school. I think the kids will remember those days the most. Are you wondering how I started taking care of myself? I started my own wellness journey during COVID quarantine in 2020, when I learned about cycle syncing. I discussed cycle syncing in a previous episode, so be sure to listen to that if you want to know more information. Since then, I have seen an increase in my energy. I am eating healthier, exercising regularly, sleeping better, and have a lot less stress. I still enjoy helping out at both the middle and high school PTAs now. How do you feel after a busy day or week or even month of planning an event for the PTA? Are you exhausted, or did you have enough energy you needed to give your kids an amazing experience at school? I want to hear your story. Screenshot this episode and post it on social media with a PTA story. Tag me at The Wealth of Wellness so I can see it. Are you struggling to be the best mom you can be? Are you fatigued, overwhelmed, and stressed out? Are you losing precious time with your family because of PMS? If so, join my signature 12-week program, the Vibrant Women Project, and you will be a much happier mom. In just 3 months, you will learn how to eliminate your symptoms of PMS, increase your energy, reduce stress, and fully enjoy this incredible mom life. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned something from these stories. If you enjoy this show, please make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share this podcast. It really helps this show grow. If you have a mom story you would like to share, click on the link in the description below on becoming a podcast guest. Remember, the content on this podcast is for general information only. It does not replace any medical advice given by your healthcare providers. Please check with your doctor if you have any questions about your specific condition before starting any new diet or exercise regimen. Thank you, and you will hear from me soon.